Hi everyone, and welcome to the course. At this point, we should have a pretty good idea of how this course is structured. You should have started on the coursework, but looking over the grades, I think some of us are a little behind or going out of order, so I just want to give you a more formal introduction to our Canvas page in this class. So on Canvas, if you're new, there's a sidebar over here where my mouse is hovering, and you have a variety of options depending on the instructor and the course itself. So we have a home page which shows you the announcements and some to-do list items, and then there will be the announcements tab where you can see announcements that I've sent out to the class. You should also turn notifications to on. So if you go back to the home, there should be, there at least is for me. Oh yeah, view course notifications over here on the right hand side. And you can set it up so that any announcement I make will be sent out to your email. And that's pretty important because I'm going to be communicating with you via announcements. You can check your grades in the grades tab. And then the other important, well, most important one is the modules tab. So just a handy tip, by the way, up here is a collapse all button. I like doing that because then I can see all of the modules laid out for me. You'll notice there's a module for Start Here, course resources. There's an introduction to biology, evolution, scientific method. So I'll start by saying this first module, the Start Here course resources, that's sort of housekeeping stuff. It introduces you to the course, allows you to introduce yourself to other students. There's the syllabus, our course calendar, online textbook, etc. So just a great place for any resources. And then we begin the learning modules. So each week there's a new learning module. And this week we have two shorter learning modules put together. So the introduction to biology and evolution. And these are all due before we meet in lab. However, there are some quizzes that I give you a couple extra days to get finished up, just in case you learn any new insights in lab. They're going to help you with that quiz. Something really important about the way this course is designed is that it's meant to be gone through in sequential order. What I mean is, I know that a lot of you can navigate over to your calendar and you can pick on the side here what classes you want to show up. So here it's showing all of my assignments for Bio 1080. This is honestly a really nice feature. However, you miss a lot of context if that's the only thing you're using. If you're just looking at the calendar, you're only going to get the assignments. You're going to miss all of the stuff that helps you get to the assignments. So let's go back to our general biology course. Let's go to the modules. And for example, let's look at module number 1. So for the introduction to biology, the first thing I can click on is the study guide. I have info on this, but a lot of times people aren't really sure what to study. This is going to tell you exactly what you need to learn in this class. So at the end here, we have these module level objectives. For example, define the characteristics of life and discern between living and non-living. That's something that you want to get out of this module in the reading. So I can click the next button, and it's going to bring me to a textbook reading. You can open this in a new tab if you'd like, but you can also just read directly here on the page. So I'm assigning to you chapter 1.2. That's already opened for you here, 1.2. So it's going to be chapter 1, section 2. And you'll go ahead and you'll read the textbook, taking notes based off of those learning objectives on the previous page. I'll also sometimes have some videos ready for you. So here I created a 20-minute introduction to biology. You're going to watch this video, hit the next button, and now you're ready for your quiz. So I like this next feature because it makes sure you're going through the module in order. But you can always go back to the module tab and see everything laid out. So for evolution, you have your study guide, a video, and then an evolution worksheet. So you do the evolution worksheet before you continue on to everything else in the module. So then after I finish my worksheet, I'll do this reading where I gain new information. There's some important terms I've laid out for you. And then you take a quiz on problem solving and all about natural selection, a really important component of evolution. There's another learning quiz here for us, one final video, and then a final quiz. And all of the due dates are available when you click on the assignments themselves. They should give you extra information, like it's 6 points. It's due by Tuesday at 4 p.m. And here's how you're going to be graded. Alrighty, I think that's a good introduction to Canvas. Please remember that you can always email me if you have any questions. I am here as a resource for you.